Okay, since you liked my last video, I thought I'd make a new one for you because I was already thinking of making a new one for you when I realized that I could also show you what I was talking about with this pen tool. I don't know if you remember this, but in one of my previous emails, I mentioned that this tool is really cool. This was the first thing I really liked about Art Rage. So get a load of this. Here's my my settings in here. Um, and see this smoothing thing? This controls how much the smoothing effect takes place. So take a look at this. So let's say I'm doing like a line. Now watch how it'll smooth that out. Now 53% is kind of a high amount. It's a little high for most things, but look at this. Like let's say I'm making a swirl. Look at that. Look at how awesome that looks. Now, if I take it down a little bit, it works a little bit better if I'm making a line kind of like this. It doesn't change it quite as much. But look at how it just rounds that out and makes it look so perfect and professional. That's one thing I really like about it. Something after the last video I made where I showed you my swirls, something I realized that I don't like too much is that I don't think you can change the settings to CMYK versus RGB. And the reason that I would want to be able to work in CMYK is because let's say I pick this beautiful type of blue here, this lovely blue, and let me get a paintbrush so I can show you this, and I'm going to increase the size of my paintbrush. Let's just say that I really like this color blue for my sky. Okay, so I'm going to fill this in. Let's see, I think I need the loading to be a little bit higher. Pressure. That's better. That's a smoother application. So let's say I want this color for my sky. I really like this color blue. If I do this in RGB and then switch it to CMYK, you probably know this already since you have Photoshop and have for a number of years as far as I remember. Anything that's a beautiful, brilliant blue like this, if you go from RGB to CMYK, it just goes really dull and it becomes really ugly. And, you know, a little bit of the brilliance is lost in some of the other color ranges as well, but it seems to be particularly heavy in the blue range. And when you're thinking about a children's book like Zen Zebra, I have a lot of outdoor scenes with a lot of sky scenes, and when I go through the trouble of picking all these brilliant blue colors, I kind of really want them to look the same. If I was building my project in CMYK, then for print it would already be the beautiful color, and then if I switch it to RGB for online applications, they're still going to look really good. You don't really lose in the way that you lose going from RGB to CMYK. You kind of don't lose in the same direction or the opposite direction going from CMYK to RGB. So I was a little disappointed when I realized that I don't see any settings in Art Rage for that, because I do like a lot of things about this program, but that isn't cool, because I want my beautiful colors to look wonderful in case anybody ever wants to print my book, or in case I ever want to print my book. Oh wow, it's actually blending my ink lines. That's cool, man. That's fascinating. I don't really like the blenders in this program that much. I don't think they work that well. I've seen other programs that actually have blenders that when you pick them up, like when you pick the tool, they really look like those. I don't know how you explain them. They're blenders. They're made out of rolled paper, and then they taper at an end, and they come in different sizes. You can really get those at an art store, and those are very handy for certain types of work. And I've seen videos with other art type programs where they have blenders that look more like that, and they work a lot better than the blenders do in here. The blenders in here are a little harder to control, and I really don't like them as well, to tell you the truth. but there are the things about this program that I really do like. So, anyway, I wanted to be able to show you this. Oh, and you were right. I actually found out where to change this, and look, I can control, okay, I'm not going to save that. I can actually control the menus now with my pen and my tablet, so you were absolutely right. And then I saw someone doing a video on another tablet, and they actually showed where to go and control the screen. So I'm going to go into Photoshop. I have not gone into Photoshop since I did that, and I want to just see how this affects that. Alright, I'll come back when that's loaded.